So who is ready to see a Ford versus Chevy versus Mopar shootout on the dyno? Stick around because that's what we're getting ready to talk about on Unity Motorsports Garage. If you remember last year, we had a three-way shootout. We had Ford versus Mopar versus Chevy shootout as a trial basis to see if it was feasible to bring the Engine Masters type competition of years past into a YouTube format. Well, it was. The response was quite overwhelming, and we are bringing it back. So what do you think about dyno racing?
Well, at the beginning of any project that's going anywhere, it's all about dyno racing. So long as you don't fool yourself with the results. Bullshit stops when the flag drops.
That's right. So the premise of this contest has been around a set of rules. Now, there was a lot of flack in the comments of talking about how everyone should have to run in a stock block. That's not the case. Okay, these engines, given the rule set, are going to be somewhere around the 700 horsepower power level, and honestly, if you want to use a stock block, that is more power to you. But for reliability's sake, most people have chosen to go with the aftermarket block for obvious reasons.
Having an engine blow up on the dyno in public is very embarrassing.
Which leads me to my next point.
Yeah.
We have 9 competitors that's willing to stake their reputation on the line. That is something that's hard to get people to do in this day and time, because they know that when they come and enter this competition, their reputation as an engine builder, as an engine building shop, that's at stake here.
Yeah,
Make no mistake about it.
It's in plain view.
It's in plain view. Good, bad, different, ugly, whatever. So here's the deal. April 16th, 17th, and 18th over at Charlotte, North Carolina at the Race Engine Challenge Dyno, we're going to have competitors coming from all over the country and even Canada.
That's enthusiasm.
So this has been in the planning stages really for 3 years. We have 9 competitors. We set it up like this on purpose because inevitably you always have someone drop out of the competition. They can't make it, something comes up. So we wanted to make sure that we had backups for each particular brand. So we have 3 competitors for Chevrolet, 3 competitors for Ford, and 3 competitors for Mopar. Last year, Corey Short showed up and showed out with his small block Mopar. He didn't quite have enough to overtake Greg Finnigan's small block Chevy, and honestly, I think he did extremely well. Now, I will say this. One of the changes that were made to the rules, and I brought this up to Greg, Greg was running EFI with a throttle body that would flow probably 1600 CFM. And there was a rule about the size of the carburetor. You need to be able to allow anyone to run any carburetor they want
against fuel
injection, whether that be Dominator or whatever. So that's one of the changes. But let's go through the list of competitors, because this is pretty impressive field. Most of these competitors are former Engine Masters competition competitors in the past, when Popular Hot Rodding had it, and it was Popular Hot Rodding.
Yeah, they started it all,
Yeah. So let's go through these names. First on the list, we've got Justin Schwien from Schwien Racing Engines, Randy Malik of RM Competition Engines,
I know him.
Matt Wyer, Undisputed Performance and Dyno, Bob McDonald from Atlantic Engines.
Young Robert, yes, he's just up the road here.
And then we have Carlo Aghbashian from RaceHeads Canada.
Yeah, Carlo. We hope we've got your name right.
Yeah, I hope I did not butcher that with my North Carolina accent.
It's slightly harder to pronounce than Smith or Jones.
Exactly. Then we move down to Sean Bonawit and Chris Joans from SB Engines and Machine.
Yeah,
and
I've heard of them.
The only 2 competitors that we have that do not have a shop is Corey Short with the small block Mopar entry, and Greg Finnigan. Neither one of those are in the engine building business.
But they're dangerous.
So needless to say, this is going to be an outstanding competition, and this is by far the biggest production that I have ever tried to bite off as far as bringing to you, the viewer. Now, with that being said, even though the race is nearly 2.5 weeks away from the time that we're videoing this, we're looking for potential sponsors to come on board.
We need advertisers, right? Guys, I hate to tell you this, but all of these efforts we put in take money, don't they?
Absolutely.
And we're not rich enough to just throw it out there, right?
Hardly. So with that being said, I'm looking forward to this event. We have some really cool things that we're going to do for our channel members. I'm not going to go into that again as of yet. Because
I was going to go into it, and he's talked me out of it.
Yeah, because I do not want to overpromise and underdeliver. I want to make sure that it's capable.
The other way around.
Yeah, I want to make sure that I'm capable of bringing
what the idea is to hand successfully.
Yeah. We are allowing spectators to come to the Dyno competition. Now, it's not free of charge. It's $25 per head. That money is going to go towards the competitors, whatever we raise.
But we need to say what they get for $25.
You're going to get to...
Are they going to be able to go into the dyno cell?
Yeah, here's the thing. Many of you have never gotten to see the inside of a dyno cell and what all goes into it. And this is your first chance to get to see behind the scenes, so to speak, of what goes into dyno testing. There is a lot more than meets the eye than what you see on YouTube. I promise you, it's a lot of hard work switching engines in and out off the dyno. The minuscule problems that you run into with hooking up a throttle linkage.
Yeah. It's the chicken shit stuff that gets you every time.
Every time. And so, but also you will get to actually talk with the competitors, introduce yourself. Now, I recommend, this is a strong recommendation, if you come, make sure that you bring like a bag chair somewhere that you can sit. Bring you some cooler full of water, whatever you want to drink.
And an umbrella.
And an umbrella in case.
If you bring an umbrella, that is an absolute guarantee it's not going to rain.
Yeah.
If you don't bring an umbrella, it's going to have a thunderstorm right over you, wherever you walk.
Like I said, we look forward to seeing you there. This is kind of like a preemptive video to the Big Dyno video. And like I said, if you're a sponsor and you want to reach out to me, email me. I'm going to put my email down here at the bottom so that you can reach me.
And Andy,
yeah,
I'm sure we haven't covered everything here.
There's no way.
Now, guys, if you have got a question, down there in the comments, right? No, I should have said a suggestion down in the comments.
There's going to be people out there who say, well, how come we can't have Oldsmobile, Pontiac, AMC, LS engines, Cleveland?
And he's sure going to tell you after this video is done.
Well, the thing about this is this initial competition is inline valve head, keeping it basic, Ford, Mopar, Chevrolet. We are looking at doing other competitions in the future to allow the LS, maybe the Cleveland versus SB2, or anything else that you may want to put into comments that you want to see done. But the thing about it is we've got to have people willing to enter those type engines. So it's one thing to say you would like to see it. The other hand is we've got to have someone who has an engine built, they're either building for a customer or have built that fit those particular rules. One of the cool things that I did is I put a post up on my community page asking who would come out and win Ford, Mopar, Chevrolet.
Oh, competition.
Yes, and I'm going to insert the picture right now, but I'm getting ready to show David because he hasn't seen it, and it is mind-boggling. So, out of 248 votes, it is neck and neck. Ford leads with 39%, Mopar at 27%, and Chevy at 34%. I have to say that I am kind of surprised that the Ford fans out there overrode the Chevy fans.
Right. Yeah, I'm surprised. I could see Ford being 34 and Chevy being
39.
But that surprised me. So, is that because we have more of a Ford audience?
It could be.
Or is it a
diverse?
general thing? Right?
Either way, we won't know.
It really doesn't matter. I mean, as far as we're concerned, it's a high output V8.
Yeah.
That's all it needs to be.
That's all it needs to be. But until next time, this is Andy from Unity Motorsports Garage.
And David Vizard
We
from somewhere or other.
we will catch you later.